I could tell you my honest thoughts on The Legend of Six Fingers, but I think I'll let them tell you for me.
This is so boring.
This movie tries to put a twist on the found footage Bigfoot genre, but the only difference is he now has 6 fingers, 3 on each hand, kinda like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. But this thing doesn't fight crime, and he doesn't eat pizza. No, he prefers his food to be people. It starts off with Neil and Drew, who've set out to make a documentary. At first, they don't think they're hunting Bigfoot or anything like that. It's just some of the local pets have gone missing, and they want to get to the bottom of it. For all they know, it could, and most likely is, a coyote. They go around and interview several people, and honestly, it's pretty boring stuff. This lady's dog went missing, this guy lost 6 chickens, but nothing really happens. No one's seen anything, no build up to what could possibly be the culprit, just my pets are gone. Okay, sucks to be you. It finally starts to get interesting around the 20-minute mark when they interview this old guy, Butch. He doesn't say much, just that his dog was taken, but his wife comes out and offers to tell them the whole story. The legend of 6 fingers. A long time ago, a creature walked like a man, but looked like an animal. And he only had 3 fingers on each hand. He used to attack people in the middle of the night and then destroy their crops. The people who lived through the attack were left starving and weak, and that's when the beast would attack. Finally, one man decided to confront old 6 Fingers and beg it to stop. Impressed by his courage, he agreed to, as long as they left him alone and they gave him an offering every spring. The story was passed down from generation to generation, each one leaving an offering for the creature, until this spring. The last bloodline passed away in the winter, and no one offered tribute to the monster. So now, it's back on its killing spree. Not a bad story, really. Excited by the interview, the guys decide to go into the woods and look for the creature. And, well, they find it. First, they find a big 3-toed footprint, then a loud growl from behind the bushes, and finally, we get to see it. And it looks like a guy in a ghillie suit. And that's probably all it is. But this movie's low budget, so okay, I'll give it a pass. Hoping to get more footage, they set up camp and decide to stay there for the night. Around the fire, the friends discuss what they want to get out of this, and why they're doing it. Drew, the camera operator, wants to work for a show like Monster Quest, and in his words, drink beer and get chicks. But I'm pretty sure the guys on Monster Quest weren't swimming in girls. As for Neil, he just wants to leave his mark on the world. He doesn't want his tombstone to say, "Here lies boring Neil." Well, if they can make it out of the woods and report their findings, they might both get their wish. The next day they wander around a bit and nothing happens. Like, nothing at all. They have to resort to filming nature shots all day. Come on, how is this interesting? They do find 2 other guys hiking around, and they talk to him a little bit. They try to tell him about old 6 Fingers, but they just laugh and walk away. At the end of a very uneventful day, the guys decide to go back to where they first saw the monster. Once they get there, they hear a very human scream.
Over there!
Then a non-human growl. The guys take off and hide in their tent. They agree to get the SD card out of their trail cam and then just go home. They load the images up on their laptop, and now they see they have plenty of evidence of the monster. They send it in to a TV show and wait. That night, we see Drew and some of his friends at a party. Why are we watching this? What's going on here? Well, I'll tell you, it's filler, padding for time, and it means nothing else. The next morning, they check their email and actually got a reply from the TV executives. It seems like they're interested, but need some more physical evidence. So the guys head back out into the woods and to their campsite, which now smells really bad.
What is that smell?
They look inside the tent, and there's a dead body.
Oh.
Well, more like plastic body parts, but you get the idea. This is the two guys they talked to yesterday, and the human scream we heard earlier was them. They go to call the cops, but run right into Six Fingers. They run away, but he doesn't chase after them. He just stands there watching them.
It's watching us?
They end up playing this game all night. The guys run, Six Fingers catches up, but he never attacks. It dawns on them that he's doing what he did before, not letting them eat or sleep, making them weak, and then he'll attack.
This is such a stupid idea. I told you this was a stupid idea from the start.
Thinking they'll outsmart him, the guys decide to hit him first. And it doesn't work out so well. The beast easily overpowers them, killing Neil and leaving Drew all alone. Another day goes by. Drew hasn't eaten or slept, and I'm sure he's just about ready to give up. But then he runs into Butch. Lucky him. He's surprised to learn that 3 people have been murdered, and then he says it was only supposed to be 2. So this guy decided to make a deal with the beast and give him a sacrifice. But now he wants more. It wants Drew. He wakes up in a pile of bones, and Six Fingers attacks. Or more like he just turns off the camera. They finish the movie off with interviews from some of his friends, who are still hopeful they'll see Drew again.
Drew's probably just lost in the woods somewhere. I mean, he's probably drunk somewhere.
And so ends the legend of Six Fingers. I have to say, I was pretty interested in this one, mainly because I wanted to know why he had 6 fingers. I guess he was just born that way. Some good ideas sprinkled in here and there, but for the most part, it's just boring. Way too many nature shots. They could have removed the parts with the monster and resold this as an insect mating documentary. The parts that I liked were pretty good. The lore behind the creature, the way it weakens you before attacking, there's some pretty good ideas here. But imagine you're in the woods and Bigfoot just walks behind you all day. After a few miles, it stops being scary and just becomes a nuisance. This is low budget, so I can excuse the ghillie suit and the fact that it looks like Swamp Thing's half-bred offspring, but I can't really ignore the bad acting. I wasn't sure if Neil was intentionally bad or just actually bad, and now I tend to think the latter. I would skip The Legend of Six Fingers and just watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles instead. I give it 1.5 Six Fingers out of 4.
How much am I getting paid to do this for you? Oh wait, I'm not, so no.
I'll bring beer.
Okay, I'll do it.